I used to call Paul Stinky. He hated it. Oh my gosh, he hated it so much. Um, it was really mean. I was a pretty mean kid, and quite honestly, I was mean in self-defense. I was very much afraid I was going to end up being the butt of everyone's jokes, so in an attempt not to be, I would try to make sure somebody else got that dubious honor. Uh, and Paul wasn't a bad kid. He was too competitive. He was a little over the top when it came to some stuff. His characters died a lot in D&D. He would make bad choices, to be quite honest. I mean, really bad choices. But uh, I called him Stinky. He hated it, like I said. Just pissed him off. I mean, uh, and nobody else really called him Stinky until that day. This is an awful story because I am an awful person. One of my friends wrote up the school announcements, and then somebody else read them. It was kind of a lame system, in my opinion. Or, well, no, he didn't write up all the school announcements, but he did have to make lists of stuff for the Fayetteville Cumberland County Youth Council, which I was part of. Okay, we're going to do on this side. Oh, that's another dog I hear jingling in the background. So he put in the bowling scores for our youth council bowling. We used to bowl in youth council. Yes, it was fun. I was awful, but it was fun. This is gonna have to go uphill again. Actually, there's gonna be a thing right here, so it might as well go up right here. So he's putting together. He's writing down the scores for the last weekend. I think it was the youth council bowling scores. It might have been something different. And I was sitting there watching him do it, and he put down Paul's name, and I said, and then I said Paul's name, Stinky, and then I said his last name. We're going to call him Smith, just because, I don't know. It's not an ununique last name, and, you know, I'm not so horribly mean that that I'm going to expose this guy to more ridicule. You know what? Stop. Let's do this. Start getting our height right here. Take it right across. So Paul Stinky Smith, I said. And he laughed and he wrote it down and he tossed it in with the rest of the announcements for that afternoon. Much to our surprise, the young woman, the girl, who was reading the announcements and knew Paul and knew me. Oh. Yeah, I guess we'll go that route. Dang it. I don't want to, though. I don't want to do that. I want... And a piece of curved step. Yes, good. Make this a little derpy. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so that's at the correct height. God, that's awful. We can do this too. Gets you up nicely. So anyway, sorry about that. Got thinking about the game instead of about telling you all these dumb stories. She knew him, and we're sitting there, and actually this is the worst part. This day when he was teaching our class. We did this thing where you could replace this teacher for a day or something. I don't remember. So he's just graded our papers or whatever he has done, and she comes up and she says, Paul Stinky Smith. And then she stops and she like giggles and then she keeps trying to go. But of course she's laughing at the same time, so she's having a hard time of it. And he's got his back to the classroom and just shuffling papers, and oh, he must have been so pissed. Yes, I was a bit of a douchebag. I was mean. I was mean to him. I don't know. I liked Paul, but sometimes Paul would just get to me and just perturb me. Okay, yeah, we're not going to make it there. So we might as well go ahead and get this started with a piece. And we'll head on through. And it wasn't his fault. It was just, you know, who he was. And I was less tolerant back then. And again, wow, excuse me. Though we ribbed him a lot, it wasn't really malicious. And for me, it was more self-defense. Like I said, our friends could be kind of mean. My friends could be kind of mean. And they weren't really mean, but at the same time, yeah, see, that's going to work. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So we got a little ways to go. And at the same time, I was brought up on 70s and 80s bad movies. Yeah, we're going to have to maintain this height. Which kind of bites, but you got to do what you got to do. So these guys are going to be pretty high. This is going to be a tall spot on the line. Because I try to keep these pretty much up and down or whatever. And you can't do that doing this. So this angled piece of track is going to be massive and tall. And we'll see how it goes. I'm not going to get this done. I'm not going to get this done this episode. I apologize. But it simply is not going to happen. It's looking okay so far. Not great, but okay. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. So what we should do is that. I think that puts us back on track. So if we'd gone... Yes, it does. Wait, what was that? Huh, I thought there was something written at the bottom. Stop talking about high school. People are bored. Could be. So we played little dirty tricks and jokes and stuff on him. We messed with each other too. I mean, nobody was immune. And we were a bunch of nerds, except for Brad. Brad was the cool guy who had like adopted all these dumb nerds in order to. I don't know why. He was a nice guy. Brad is a great guy, actually. I don't know why I'm talking about these people in the past tense. All of them are still alive, as far as I know. And I still keep in touch with them, somewhat. Not terribly much. Let me do some counting again here for a second. So we're going to put the powered rail... Yeah. And that's going to curve, so 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. This will be 24. 26. 28. 30. Damn it. 30. So we might as well just do it there. And that's where the little gaps in the jigs are, and that should get me the rest of the way. God, we did some stupid stuff in high school. We used to, for the Fayetteville Cumberland County Youth Council, we used to pick up people's recycling for them. They knew to put it out on certain days. We would go pick it up. We'd take it to be recycled. It was pretty cool. It was a little community thing. And it was fun. There was camaraderie and all that jazz. I'm going to have to put the bed down again. And we got it in our heads at one point. It's so high. It's like, what the heck? So I'm going to go... I'm going to have to maintain height to there and then jump, head down at an angle. Oop, in bed. So we got in our heads that we were going to use squirt guns and water balloons. That really irritates me. Okay. Ah! Broke my legs. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to put up any ladders along this bit because of the way it hangs out so far. Because it hangs over the back instead of, over the back instead of the front. Oh, I'm going to get back up there. So stupid. Probably put a ladder down here. Wait, that does me no good right now. Why am I even bothering to worry about that? So, and I was way too imaginative. I would add little fantasy idea, adventure junk to everything that I could. Let's go at the very end, and then we'll take it down afterwards. Whoa! Oh! That was done. Y'all knew I was going to make that jump, didn't you? Oh, you knew I wasn't going to make that one either, but you didn't tell me. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Huh? Okay. Done messing with this thing. No, don't fall! God, idiot. Anyway. Wow. That was annoying. Sorry. I need to do some counting first. Let's try not to fall off this thing. I'll tell you about the rest of the story in a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. This is 30 right here, where this defunct ladder is going to be. I know I could probably put some ladders on the inside in some of those jobbies, but... So we're driving around. I had an old Dodge Crestwood station wagon that was my folks that I was driving at the time. It's an awful car. It was actually a great car. It got like 3 miles to the gallon, but gas back then was like 20, 50 cents a gallon. I don't know. It wasn't very much, so I didn't care. Dang it. This is annoyingly massive. And we're going to have to come down at a super steep angle here. Ow! Jeez, 2.5 hearts. Seriously? I'm thirsty. Let's grab this. Paul had a little Subaru or something? I don't know. It was a little hatchback. Was it? I have no idea what kind of car he drove. He almost never drove, or he never drove us anywhere. So let's see. What I should do is run a pillar there, right down. Not going to bother with it at this time. Yeah, that's coming. That's going to be a long drop. We will put a couple pieces of ladder on the back of this guy. What I probably need to do is somehow mark the ladder ones. Maybe redstone block? That'd be kind of cool. So I'm trying to lose Paul. I've decided, screw this. I am going to lose him. He is not going to be able to keep up. And so we are driving like crazy through the suburbs. Like idiots is how we're driving. I'm trying to lose him at lights and stuff. I'm having no luck because, I'm a kid in high school trying to be cool and failing miserably. So finally I stop the car. We jump out. We start spraying his car down with oh dang it! Do I do that? Yeah, let's put a little juice here. We start spraying his car with the squirt guns and junk. Ooh, Paul was not impressed. All the windows were closed. Paul had neglected to lock the back door of his car. And one of my friends, finding this out, lobbed a water balloon right inside. Just oh, it was great. Can't quite reach. Wow, this is pretty low right here. This is a very dangerous spot on the rail. It's not as high as it should be, Beavis. He was not pleased about that. Now, another kid named Tim got in trouble later because one of the people's car had a sunroof, which was super fancy for a bunch of high school dinguses. Tell you what, we're not going to make it to Mayberry today, folks. I'm already over 30 minutes in. Might have to break this down into more episodes. I think I have a little more time, though. Maybe. Mostly. But, you know, I'm going to tell the story about Tim, and then we'll probably wrap it up there, and I will finish this on my own. Tim, no last name. We'll call him Tim Smith. Was kind of an idiot. Did not know when not to be an idiot. Unfortunately for him, I don't know if he's still alive or not. I lost track of this guy because I was not his friend. He went to a different high school than me. So, you know, it wasn't like it was somebody I saw every day or even every other day or almost never, actually. We're going to have to head back upward here. So, anyway, he was in a different car. They had a sunroof. We were stopped. We were almost done with all of our stuff that we needed to get done that day. Almost to the recycle place or whatever. I don't remember where exactly we were going. I remember it was on Bragg Boulevard in Fayetteville. And one of those crazy half-dangerous stoplights there. So it's going to zip right up over the top, and then you're on again. In front of their car, there was a dude on a motorcycle. I don't remember if we were behind them or in front of them. I think we were behind them. If we were in front of them, that would have also meant that I was in front of the guy on the motorcycle. Oh yeah, that would have been smart. Just come down in these spots. I think that's where we're going to end it, guys. I'm going to head back to my house. Mayberry, you can actually just about, yeah, you can see the fields of Mayberry. There it is. But I will finish this up on my own. So this dude on the motorcycle, Tim starts squirting him with a squirt gun, which I remember I could see him from my car. I think we were in front of him. I think we were actually in front of him and in front of the motorcycle guy that he is squirting with a squirt gun. And this guy gets out of his motorcycle, walks back towards that car, because somebody was squirting him with a squirt gun. He was going to beat him up. I think there were many apologies made and the like. I was not in the car. I do not know exactly what happened. Tim did not get himself beaten to a pulp, which is good. I mean, oh God, what a dumbass. But yeah, those are the big memories that I have from that day. I'm going to have to add lighting to this. It crowds the road a little, but not too badly. I probably should have put it one off instead of right next to the road, but whatever. It is what it is, like many things. And there's probably places I could curve it, cut it, and that kind of thing to make it work a little better. But anyway, I'm going to call this video good. I'm heading back to my house. I'm low on cobble, and I'm probably not even going to finish this today because I'm probably going to take a break to edit videos and make sure that I have enough for the next few days. I'd like to learn how to talk. I appreciate everybody who's viewing. I appreciate my watchers, and thanks very much for watching. I appreciate the people who have been subscribing lately. I went on the LD Shadow Lady server, and LD Shadow Lady actually came in and made a little comment, and that really dragged in a bunch of people watching. She seems really sweet. But anyway, thanks again for watching, and I guess that's about it. I will see y'all next time.